Hello, good morning and welcome to Smart Men's Business. I'm Andrew Barija. Today is the 20th of December and I'm definitely with Charlotte as we're going to be driving your business this morning. Charlotte, how are you? How was your weekend? I think I last got in touch with you on Sunday.
Yes.
How have you been?
Well, Andrew, good morning, and good morning to our Smart 24 viewers. How has been your weekend, and so far, how is the festive season treating you?
Exactly.
Of course, us here at Smart 24, of course, we're going to tell you we love the festive season, and so far, it's treating us so well.
So far, it's so well.
Yes.
You're a business person, and today we are discussing to the business community what are the possible, reliable marketing strategies that is to make sure that they can actually make more money. I understand people do advertisements. I mean, they do market their products before approaching the season. But you see, as you are approaching the season, because people's demand is increasing,
yes.
You know, they desire so much. So I feel like there is need for the marketing personnel to more like steer them up to increase their demand. I mean, to make their demand much more purposeful,
yes,
in terms of what they need.
Well, I feel like most companies during the festive season, if you have any product that has been made at the beginning of the year, mid of the year, this product should actually get finished within the festive season.
Exactly.
During December, all companies should make sure that anything that hasn't been finished with, anything that hasn't been taken by anyone, they should put it on sale. You know, usually in December we have sales where companies will say, we started with this product at 10,000, but now in December we shall sell it at 6,000. So if you have this product that is still there, how about in December you plan for something new, like to upgrade or to bring your clients or customers something new? So I feel like during December season, they should actually balance and see how to do it to clear all this. And actually the money they make from all these sales is actually supposed to help to start the new year for the company to actually have something bigger and something that can actually help them go further and not backwards, yes.
Of course, we've seen some companies embarking on strategies of course, we had the Black Friday.
Yes.
Was it Black November, sorry?
Yeah.
Where, I mean, the prices are cut. And I think that's quite still a cool strategy.
Yes.
From that perspective. You see, and also given how Uganda's economy has actually been performing at this particular year, because as of November, I'm seeing the inflation stands at 7.9%, so that means it's a little bit stabilizing. And still, according to reports, they really reveal that incomes of Ugandans are actually increasing.
Yes.
So that means the spending power is actually also at its peak. You know, with the GDP expected to increase to about 6.2%. Well, I think that really shows me that we are doing really good. I mean, people are having incomes, people can invest,
yes.
You know, and the interest rates are also a little bit at 9, because the central bank rate as we speak right now is standing at 9.5%. So that is away from the 10%, which of course increased the interest rates. But now it's quite a little bit fair in terms of people can actually borrow and spend on Christmas, even for leisure activities, which I know Ugandans, we are so good at that. We've seen concerts that are happening and people are filling these concerts up. So that means there is the spending price is pretty strong.
Yeah, I think the spending price is actually quite high in December.
Exactly.
So if a company is looking to promote something new, I feel like this is the right time. Because this time someone will be like, I have this 100,000, I can actually use it. Let me see how this goes. And because this person has already invested in December, in January you can actually make them invest more. Because already they invested. And this time around in January, people usually don't have lots of money to spend. They're usually trying to see kids are going back to school, paying of rent. We are employing more people. And you know, during December there are many cutoffs. So usually in January people are usually looking for
jobs.
They're looking for jobs. So this is the time I feel like if you have anything to market or if you want something to be taken by people seriously, December is the time. Because usually at that time, I don't know what happens to us, but December you feel like, no, it's okay to spend the money.
It's actually nature. It's actually nature. But you see, it's human nature. But I think this is tailored particularly to Ugandans because I normally look at a scenario whereby Ugandans, we are so good at spending, we can borrow money for luxury vis-a-vis our productivity, our outputs. That's why when you mention layoffs, yeah, because at the time now these people are laid off probably because companies are trying to cut costs, at the end of the day. But you find that despite people being laid off, they will find all the ways to get to spend money for any related leisure activities, yet these people are not productive. Yes. So that actually really beats my mind from this perspective that we should reach a point whereby January is not something we cry over, because we know as much as, because if you told me that your savings throughout the year from January to November
yes.
are only consumed in 2 days, that is Christmas Day and Boxing Day.
Yes.
So that makes me question how your wealth stands at, because this is a time of spending. You're not earning, remember, you're yes. just spending. I think it should also put we Ugandans to this perspective of challenging ourselves that, okay, what if, how long, okay, Charlotte, if I may ask you, if somebody may ask you, for the times you've worked in the different professions, if you stop working, how long can you survive on your savings without working?
A week. Well, okay, to be serious,
yeah.
If you've been working in many places most of the time, you see with Ugandan jobs, the money we earn, excuse me, the money we earn with the Ugandan jobs we have, remember you have to take off rent, transportation per day. Yeah. Your household has to eat every day.
Exactly.
You have to put power, you have to pay for water, and you have to pay for security fee, let's say for the garbage fee. So, for example, if you're making 500,000, you're staying in a house of 150. You have to put a month of, say, let's say 50,000 or 30,000. You have to pay water of 10,000. And transport per day, if you're using 5,000 to say 8,000. Okay. So far what I've given you on the list, and remember we've put out food, we've put out luxury, we've put out emergencies, we've put out mom needs this. So at the end of the day, how much have you saved from this 800,000? You might end up saving 50,000 or 100,000. Okay. And before you know it, you've saved that money. Yes, it is there. You have to wait for the next salary. That means what you've saved, you have to use again. So you have to wait for the salary again. So as Ugandans, that is why the biggest number we have is hand to mouth. That is the biggest number we have in Uganda. So most of the time you find that when someone is out of work, for them to survive on their savings, they'll end up start calling friends, help me 10,000. It is really, really bad. I need to call mom, I need to call my grandfather, I need to call my father. So at the end of the day, you see that the money we make cannot actually help you survive if you're out of work, even for a week here in Uganda. Wow. And that is quite hard.
That is true. Yes. COVID showed us that people had worked for centuries and centuries, but 2 months were able to make them feel like they weren't working at the end of the day. Well, we are discussing matters to do with the marketing strategies for entrepreneurs in such a time, because remember, as much as people will be spending, remember, someone's spending is someone else's income. So as people are spending, so definitely there is a class of people that that comes in January and they have all those incomes of the Ugandans that, got the Christmas bonuses. But of course, as long as you're really very strategic in terms of how you market. But now the question is, once these Ugandans have this money, where do they put it? Because we've seen so much aspects of where, instead of investing this money back into the economy, it's actually spent on some other related aspects. For example, if you're a fashionista, you purchase all these materials from abroad, so that means you're paying people. So capital is a certain group of people accumulates capital.